Yeah, you're good.
Am I on?
Yeah.
Yo, so what's up, everybody? You guys gonna get a chance to literally ask, see anything, man. You guys hit me with the cringe. You guys can troll me. You guys can ask me sophisticated questions. You guys can ask me anything, dude. Cause you know why? Cause I got all the gold, and I don't get offended by any of you trolls. So come at me. What's up? I want to see the questions, man. So give me a good one, man. Don't just talk about how good looking I am, cause then that's not fair. Anyways, let's get this ball rolling. Okay, yo, do you reckon Selena Gomez? Huh? Okay. What's your favorite Brandon Schaub joke? What's my favorite Brandon Schaub joke? Come on, guys. You guys can do better than that. Cejudo versus Hasbullah. Easy money, man. Hasbullah, you ain't got nothing on Triple C. You already know that you're all talk, dude. Connor done? Is Connor done? Do you think Conor McGregor's done? Do I think Conor McGregor is done? I think he's done for now. I think we may see Conor maybe for another. We won't see him maybe for another year. He's gonna get into the acting role. When you got all that money, you're able to do everything. Let people miss you. Conor's having fun with this stuff. He's putting everybody. He's catching everybody on their toes. So he doesn't have to fight no more. But just for the simple fact that he wants to still compete, just says a lot about him. He's a fighter, I guess. Doesn't mean he's gonna win, but he still wants to fight. So I think pick the right matchups. You guys beat the gold medal. The guy you beat for the gold medal. Ever wrestle him again? No, the guy that beat me. I'm sorry, the guy that I beat for the Olympic finals. He yeah, we never wrestled again. That dude was so good. I remember getting to his legs and feeling his defense. I was like, man, I just had the best tournament of my life at the Olympics. Okay, do you believe you fight Dominic Cruz was an early? Do I believe my fight with Dominic Cruz was at an early stoppage? Absolutely not. If you guys go back and watch it, dude, there's 13 unanswered calls, and I hit him everything with my left arm. So if somebody lets you beat somebody up 13 different times with the same hand, and you're not getting up, if you guys watch it again, it's like I literally like what happens sometimes in fighting is like when you hit somebody, you can knock them out. You hit them again, you can actually wake them up. So if you guys watch it, there's a time where I dropped him, he goes limp, and then I hit him again, and he started coming up. Because like you slowly come to a realization that you're there, but you're not there. So no, perfect stoppage. Thank you, Keith Peterson. Okay, do you think Sean KO's Jan? Come on, don't be silly now. I don't think Sean's gonna KO Peter Yan. Peter Yan's experience, man. He's something about Russians. Russians always come from a great school. You have to respect that, man. Like they have in combat sports, man. It's like they go head to head with the U.S. when it comes to wrestling, judo, taekwondo, all these other boxing, all these. You might even slightly put them ahead of the United States, and it sucks for me to say that, but it's the truth. I mean, they come from a good school, so you gotta bring it dirty. And I don't think Sean O'Malley has that style to make it dirty, to bring the grit, to throw him off. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have guys who are gonna throw front kicks up the middle, unless Sean O'Malley can surprise him with a takedown. But other than that, I see Peter Yan beating him. I think if Sean's best round's probably gonna be the first, but Sean doesn't have that experience, nor does he have that grit. So you guys be prepared to see little Cinderella freaking fall. Saludos. Why is Lupita wrestling so good compared to the other women? Have you trained with her? Lupita Godinez. Godinez. Yeah, I know what I've. You guys gonna think I'm crazy. I've never seen this girl fight. I know she got a bunch of fights. I don't know how many fights, but no, you guys stay tuned. Tracy Cortez, her wrestling's she can beat anybody in the world. So you guys look out for Tracy, the hottie Cortez. Very good. Okay, you have very good credentials. Do you think the UFC will book you back in the fight, Volk, or now are you back in the testing pool? Yeah, I've been back in the testing pool, and I've been tested 4 times already, guys. I've been tested literally 4 times. USADA has knocked on my door and tested me four times, which a urine sample, blood sample, all of the above. So I'm gonna be eligible by October. More likely, I don't think I'll end up fighting unless something kind of tends to come up towards maybe the beginning of next year. There's a lot on the table because I know UFC they like to fight at 145 pounds because that's my overall goal. But if I have to go down to 35 and win it and beat all these chumps, and that's what I'm gonna end up doing. So I'm on a mission, guys. Cringe aside, I am on a mission, and if anybody stands in front of me, you're gonna get ran over. Okay, Henry, I'm 5'3" and 24. Life is tough being short. What can I do? Um, life. I mean, if you feel short, that's on you. I don't feel short. I know I'm short, but I don't feel short. My wife is. I'm 5'4". My wife is 5'8". She's got 4 inches on me. So it all depends, man. How's your mouthpiece, man? Your confidence. Because at the end of the day, man, girls want somebody they can communicate with. They want somebody different. Go out there and be you, man. You know what I mean? If size mattered, then the giraffe would be the king of the jungle. So that's not true, guys. You know what I'm saying? You're unique. You're on your own, and find a way to win, and then understand that our abilities are different. A lot of people talk about taller fighters and how hard it is to reach them. Dude, people don't talk about shorter fighters. We're a smaller target. We're more agile. We're more explosive. We can get out a lot more. It's like playing tag with somebody. So with the trip, so it's a gift. Like I said, man, if size mattered, the giraffe would be the king of the damn jungle. Okay. Is there anyone who could beat Valentina? Of course, man. Talia had the best chance. I actually had Talia winning that fight. With all due respect to Valentina, but me as a, when I put my media hat on, or my journalist, or whatever it is that you want to call me, I always tend to try to speak the truth as much as I can. And if not, I just won't say anything. But I think Talia Santos, you know, showed that she could beat Valentina. It was the grappling, it was the patience that she had. But there's another girl too, man, that people have that can't sleep on, and that's Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso's striking is no joke, man. She clips any girl these, and her defense is good, and her jiu-jitsu's only gotten better. So with the trip, so yeah, there's 25 is starting to heat up, and as you become champion, you got to be on your toes too. You have to have the ability to be able to adapt and continue to keep adapting. Okay, have you ever partied with Oscar De La Hoya? You know what? That's a good question. I have actually partied with Oscar. I sent him a message not too long ago, with the Jake Paul, because he had mentioned Jake Paul had won. And I was like, come on, Oscar. I mean, is the media that much to get you on the... Anyways, I just didn't believe it. So I sent him a message. I didn't get a response, but it's all good. But I partied with Oscar De La Hoya in 2008. This is right after... No, 2009. So we're at an award show. I think it's called Premios Juven. No. Premios Tecate. At that time, it was in Los Angeles. So I'll never forget it because I remember meeting him, and Oscar was always a guy that I've always wanted to meet, the guy that I've always admired, and to be able to see him and then party with them afterwards, it was cool, man. But I'm not gonna tell you guys the rest, all right? Cause don't come knocking if the whatever is knocking. Anyways, my friend is overweight, struggles losing weight. Any tips for her? Man, stay off that damn seafood diet. You know what I'm saying? Like, eat at home. Careful with the starches and whatnot. Like, even now, like, I'm getting back in shape, guys, and I'm it's you can slowly like fall into the rut of just eating little things. You don't think it's a lot, but next you got a little pouch on you. So I would drink a lot of water. I would not saying you can't completely go plateau, but enjoy yourself, but always know that it's the 80-20 rule, or maybe 80, or maybe 85-15, or maybe 90-10. But you're gonna have to describe that. It's have to come within you, because sugar is not good for us. The Coke, okay. What's your opinion about Paulo Costa's Twitter account? I like Paulo, man. Paulo's Twitter account. Paulo's killing the game, dude. Paulo Costa might be the new king of cringe. He's stealing my title, dude. There's a lot of guys that are up for that. You know, you got Aljamain Sterling, which I call him the cringe god 5000. You got Jake Paul, but somehow everybody hates me. I don't get it. The guy with all the accolades that has a right to be cringe, everybody hates. You guys make me sick. That's the world for you. Have you ever trained judo? And do you think it's good for mixed martial arts to tame MMA? Judo is good for the foot sweeps, man. Like that's about it. But if you for MMA, it's always wrestling. And what you do is you take wrestling, you take jiu-jitsu, but you take the sweeps from judo, and that's it. Because the rest wrestling will provide you. And you know the majority of stuff wrestling will actually provide you, but being specific with all the jiu-jitsu techniques that you'll probably end up getting to, you know, more like let's call it catch jiu-jitsu with the little wrestling for that. If Sean O'Malley came to Triple C for help, what technical advice would you give him to improve his game? It would probably have to be, yeah, of course, man. For Sean, it's like he needs experience of going through grit. Yeah, he's technical, he's tactical, but he's technical. I don't want to say he's tactical, but he's gonna have to know what it's like to really have composure when he's doing things because he'll tend to look up at the clock when the fight's getting when the fight's getting a little tougher. He'll do things like that. And those are all no-nos, man. So I would really have to work on the psychology with a guy like that and let him know that, hey, man, this is it, dude. So you would only have to simulate that stuff through practice. So you would have to put him to the grind. So just because you're good doesn't mean you can take pain, and that's another thing is can Sean O'Malley take pain? You can give it, but can you take it? And those are all the things that you would have to formulate and be because, you know, as you guys know, man, Sean will break. And that's just the reality, people. Hate it or love it, the dog's on top. CC, are you top 3 goats? Greeting from South Africa. I'm gonna have to say I'm number 4. So this is my goat mountain. John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre, and then no, I'm sorry, I'm 5, and then Henry Cejudo. Those are my top 5. So I'm in the top 5. But when it comes to being the greatest combat athlete, sports athlete of all time, dude, nobody comes close to Triple C. Nobody, people. 2 division champ, defended both my belts, and Olympic champ, becoming the youngest in history. You guys don't get me on this damn rat. So when I say the greatest combat athlete of all time, he's right here, people. Hate it or love it, Triple C's on top. Okay, I don't know if he can take pain exactly. O'Malley gonna KO you. LOL. Come on, people. All you freaking O'Malley nut hugging dirt bags, get off my account. Classic cringe. Question for Triple C. What fight would you recommend for Wonderboy Thompson? Man, there's some guys that they just go with strikers. Some guys that just can't get better, man. McGregor versus Oliveira. I think McGregor has a better chance to beat him than any other person that he's fought. Just because he's a southpaw, he's gonna throw power, but Oliveira's gonna take him down. Oliveira's not a dumb dude. Oliveira's pretty well rounded. Okay, Henry, okay, Henry Cejudo, how good is your Portuguese? Fan from Brazil here, King. Meu português está muito bem. Eu acho que é muito, muito bem. Melhor que os brasileiros que chegam aqui nos Estados Unidos e querem falar inglês, que tem anos falando inglês. Meu português é ótimo, gente. Minha esposa é brasileira, minha filha é brasileira americana, falo 3 línguas: inglês, espanhol e português. Hey! Okay, did you saw a good Gordon Ryan, Felipe Pena yesterday? If so, what is your opinion on the match? It was cool, man. Gordon Ryan is he's good, man. He's good. I'm excited to see him in ADCC, which I'm gonna be at. But I thought pretty much it was boring. But this is why you should probably put time limits, and I think you can start putting these people in submission positions if I was to get the rules done. But Gordon did everything right. He pushed the pace. He made it. The rules were set to X, Y, and Z. The guy agreed. Everybody agreed, and Felipe Pena just decided not to compete, or for that reason. So this is why I think there should be like maybe I would do like a 40-minute match, and then after that you put both of those guys in, and so many submissions, so many like back take, in the armbar position, the leg lock position, and see how is it that they could both potentially escape, because that's just I just think it's I just think you need time. I think you need different rules, man. Because if not, it's gonna drag out the sport, and you won't get that following no more. They fought for like 40 minutes or 50 minutes, and I just stopped watching, dude, until I saw the end. That was it. Why does Sterling have your belt? Because he's a trick. Do you think about Tyson on Hulu situation? Yeah, man. You guys give Hulu, give Uncle Mike his damn money back, you dirt bags. Uncle Mike has been a legend. He's the godfather of combat sports, and anybody that messes with him messes with Triple C, messes with everybody who loves Mike Tyson. So for all you fans that have a Hulu account, you guys send them some damn messages and unsubscribe to them dirt bags. Triple C, do you feel about Max Holloway's future? Maybe 55. Max Holloway, that's a good one, man. That's a really good question. Max Holloway is the same fighter, man. He's the same guy that we've always seen, but it's also what's made him dangerous. You can't box with Holloway. He's a volume guy, and he has the ability. Is one of his greatest strengths is his threshold. Is the fact that he can just throw straight punches for 5 rounds, for 5 minute rounds. It's a trip. But as soon as he starts to understand more the tactical game, with that endurance that he has, I think there's still an evolution to be seen with Max Holloway. Would you beat Khabib at Would you beat Khabib at size party? Hey man, I'm a huge fan. I'm down 12 hours from Virginia. See you beat Marlon. One of the biggest dreams is to come to fight ready and train with you for a day. What do you say? Come on down. Is Islam the only fight Conor comes back to MMA for? Uh, Conor just wants gold, man. He doesn't care who it is. Triple C quoted you in my college paper as the greatest combat athlete of all time. Wrestling, kickboxing, BJJ. Fuck, the other too fast, man. Ariel wins by nose. Can't wear sunglasses in the ring. Triple C, could you read? Okay. Have you seen the fighter coming out of details? His name is Mike Hunt. No. Okay, questions. What do you think about Cejudo Volkanovski? I'm ready for that, man. I think Dana White respects me. Hunter Campbell respects me. All the matchmakers respect me. If we're able to make that fight happen with Volkanovski, it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. Like it's gonna happen, dude. If I have to go chase some dudes down at 135 pounds, win the belt, go up, that's what I'm gonna end up doing. So at the end of the day, guys, the C4 is pending, 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 or should we do it this way? Is that it? C4, C4, C4. No, so this one's C, this one's 4. Fuck, look at my crooked fingers, dude. Oh. Okay, when am I going to see you in pay-per-view again soon? Dana White versus Campbell. Huge fan. Can't wait to see you. How did you improve Whaley's wrestling? How did I improve Whaley's wrestling? Oh man, with Whaley's such an athlete, man. It's you really like as a coach and as a coach and as a teacher. First, you have to let them understand the concept of why they're doing what they're doing. You just can't go in there and just teach somebody, hey, this is what you do, this is how you do it. They have to understand the concepts of the whys, and then you slowly start to teach, and then you build consistency as you're teaching. So these are some of the points that I would say as a coach. My brother, I take a lot from my brother Angel. My brother Angel has one of the best wrestling clubs in the country, and it's based here in Arizona. And Arizona's never been really a wrestling state until my brother got there. And then now when people know or when they hear about Valiant, Valiant Prep College, they're like, dude, you're going up against a killer. He's had, I think, since he's been coaching, he's had like 6 Fargo national champions, 6 or 7 Fargo national champions, which is freaking crazy, unheard of from a guy that's developing these kids from scratch. Okay, what is the highest ranking? What is your thoughts on Yuri and the matchup between Usman and 2205? Woo! Man, if Kamaru, because of his wrestling base, he has the ability to skip a whole damn weight class and do well. I also think the same thing for Khabib. If Khabib ever decided to go up or skip a weight class and fight Israel, I think, man, I think anybody at 185 pounds would be in trouble with Khabib. This dude's top game is crazy, and he's such a competitor. So I wouldn't scratch anything out like that. Quick question, Triple C. How would DJ beat Adriano in the match this month? Yeah, so you guys all know that Demetrius Johnson is fighting. He's fighting on, I believe, August 26th against Adriano Moraes. Now it's just a skill set. I think the biggest thing with Demetrius is like him slowing things down and really taking his time, whatever it is that he's going to do. I can't give you guys a big game plan, but I know Demetrius will be a different fighter there. He's just smarter. His experience, he will rise, man. He will rise and claim his belt back. When is the last time you spoke and trained with John? Last time I spoke with John, it's been a minute actually, I'll be honest with you. But I also you guys have to understand, dude, like I'm not a coach, man. I'm a teacher. I'm a counselor. I give advice. I critique technique. They come over here. I give them what they want. And they go back home with all of them. With Wei Lee, Davis Figueroa, Korean Zombie, Chris Cyborg. The list goes on. So they come here to learn. I leave them with the information. They get a chance to leave and then take off with it. Thoughts on, okay, will your return be permanent or temporary? Stay tuned. Thoughts on Cyril Gain and Tai Tuivasa? Cyril, is it Gain or Gone? Gone. Yeah, Cyril Gone. I think Gane's a little more talented than Tai. You know what I mean? I think he's just a little more experienced. I think Tai is just accustomed to, getting the elbows, the right hands, getting all that. I just don't know if the competitor side that he has is able to match up to Gane's IQ there. So just because people have knockout power, they knock people out, doesn't mean that they can beat a very experienced and mature fighter who may drag you out for 3 to 5 rounds, depending on what the fight is. He must be doing a great job, and the great fighters are coming to you for coaching 100%. Does RDA beat Conor McGregor? Yeah, RDA beats him. RDA's tough, dude. What would be your game plan to take down DC? Pound for pound, I would take down DC. Olympic champ, Olympian, 2 different things, people. Henry, I have recently. Okay, why don't you encourage checking kicks? Why don't I encourage checking kicks? Because even checking kicks, guys, fucking hurts. You check a kick. Let somebody throw everything with force and you check it. It's gonna hurt you too. Checking's the last thing I would evade, man. I would get out of those damn kicks because you don't want to take punishment. You get one wrong kick or you don't check at the right time. You think you're checking, you're gonna eat that whole kick and you're not gonna fight the same. Does Cejudo beat Jose Baldo? 100%. Jose Baldo's old, crusty, and he makes me sick. Would encourage you to help many fighters with their training camps. What encourages me to help fighters is it's a gift, man. When you have a gift and you know that you have it's something that's been given to you. It's experience, it's knowledge, it's humbleness, it's It's a simple fact that it's, where much is given, where so much has been given, so much is required for me too. You know, I've had a chance to train in wrestling and fighting to train with some of the best in the world, and it's my job to continue to keep delivering that gift. We got Zhang Wei Li, who's up and coming. I helped Davidson Figueiredo win his second belt. I have Yuri Provacha win his first belt. You know what I mean? I'm helping John Jones in this comeback. So, people real recognizes real, and I think when you put the cringe aside, you understand that this dude is a high level game planning MMA. That's when I think more fighters, and I think fighters get it. I think you sorry ass casuals don't get it just yet. But keep it coming, dude. Keep hating on me, people. I love it. Hit me with some jokes, man. You think Khabib comes back and beats Oliveira? The only way Khabib Nurmagomedov comes back if Islam loses. Maybe, but I doubt it, man. That dude wants to sit pretty. I think you're wrong about Izzy versus Alex in their second fight. Well, that's your opinion. The reason why I feel like that is because I'm going to go back. I'm going to compare Israel Adesanya and I'm going to compare Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira versus Max Holloway versus Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo was accustomed to this, guys. Striking. Everything that he did was striking. What happens when you get a better striker than you? There's no plan Bs. I've never seen any takedowns from Israel. I've seen maybe one submission attempt with Calvin. I think it was a triangle. But I haven't seen much. This is going to go back to kickboxing. This is why it's going to be a good fight, because they both want to go on their feet. And I'm going to go with the guy who knocked this other guy who's 2-0 against them. I'm just basing this thing on probabilities. And I do believe Alex Pereira is a lot more diverse, man, with the striking. And I think that's going to be very problematic for Israel. Okay, have you watched Ice? All right, Alec. I'm gonna end it with this one, guys. Michael Chandler Poirier. Michael Chandler Poirier. I'm leaning towards Poirier just because he's been there and he's got crisper hands. He's in his defense is good and he kicks, and he's a lot more composed than Michael Chandler. But if Michael Chandler can game plan with the base of wrestling that he has, and if he can grab a hold of Poirier and top ride him like Khabib did, then I think that's the only way that Chandler wins. But as of right now, I'm going Poirier if I had to put my money. But if Michael Chandler is able to put his game plan together and really piece it together, he could also beat him too. So, guys, I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this Ask See Anything. This is live. I'm planning on doing this every Monday. You guys hit me with some good questions. You guys troll me, talk shit, whatever you want. I am here for you fans.